Kris Jenner shows Kanye West support after his lyrics about her daughters.
And Hailey Baldwin is sick of Justin Bieber's sloppy ways.
Same. And we know who Caitlyn Jenner calls when she's had one too many. We're talking about all of these stories right now on Hollyscoop's Daily Rewind. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Hollyscoop's Daily Rewind. I'm Madison Hill.
And I'm Chanel Herlin.
The first thing we're talking about is Kris Jenner. So, in case you guys aren't up to speed, Kanye recently released a new song called Ecstasy. And on there, he raps about wanting to hook up with his 4 sisters-in-law. So,
Casual.
I actually think the line is pretty clever. I've got to give it to him. On the song, he says, "You got sick thoughts, I got more of them. You got a sister-in-law you'd smash, I got 4 of them." No?
I mean, how is that clever, Madison?
I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of like, wow, that really flows, you know?
Good flow, Kanye. That's about it.
Obviously, he was not being serious, and of course, the internet has blown it out of proportion, like pretty much everyone always does these days, let's be honest. Yeah. Which is why when TMZ saw Mama Kris leaving lunch yesterday in Beverly Hills, they had to stop and repeatedly ask her what she thought about Kanye saying that line about her daughters. So after a little bit of badgering, Mama Kris responded, "I love Kanye."
Classic Kris response.
Classic. You know, she is just a PR genius. Yeah. And then she turned right to the camera and sent a message to TMZ's founder saying, "Hi, Harvey." And then she got in the car and left. So essentially, to me, that means she does not care. She's going to support Kanye. She's a ride or die matriarch. And even though Kanye's not blood, she's got his back.
Or she has a lot of thoughts and is really hating it, but she's keeping this like PG PR queen ways, being like, "I love you, Kanye."
I know.
That's all I've got to say. Thanks. Leave me alone.
I know. I always kind of hate on Kris Jenner, but I just respect her ability to be able to shut something down like that in 10 words, like less than 10 words.
Yeah.
Like literally, she just said that, and everyone's like, "Kris is fine with it." Like, how come we can't get away with that?
She didn't even like answer the question. She just says, "I love you, Kanye," and everyone's like, "Yeah, okay, cool."
Yeah,
moving on. Thanks, Kris.
We could never do that.
Yeah.
We could never do that. All right, next let's talk about Hailey Baldwin. So recently we've been hearing how Justin Bieber is the one with all the power in this relationship. He's reportedly very controlling. He tells her what she can and can't do, what she can and can't wear. I was not really for this situation. I was really disappointed to hear this. I'm sure you feel the same way.
I was disappointed, but also very surprised. I really didn't think that he was this kind of guy, but if we're hearing this more and more,
I guess
we have to stop believing it.
For sure. He has no control in other aspects of his life, so I feel like when it comes to his relationship, he's just like, okay. Sorry, that was a very poor hand move. You know, like whipped.
I got you.
Yeah, thank you. So, but I am happy to report that Hailey Baldwin has finally come to her senses, and she is getting back in the driver's seat of her relationship and telling Justin Bieber that he better shape up his appearance or else. A source reported to Radar Online saying that fashion is, quote, important to Hailey. Obviously, she's a model.
Yeah.
And that she does not like seeing Justin, quote, do himself down by dressing so grungy.
So I get this, okay, sure. She wants him to look a little bit better, don't we all, with our guys? But then on the other hand, I'm like, she knows that this has kind of been his vibe and his style for quite some time now. So just because they are sealing the deal, getting married, talking engagement, all that kind of stuff, he's not going to change. And this, I think, happens a lot of the time when people get into relationships. They start to want to change the other person. Where she said yes to him all happily when he looked all sloppy. But now that she said yes, she wants him to change. So I'm just a little bit confused. Do you see where I'm going with that?
No, I see exactly where you're going with that. But I also, can't blame her for wanting him to step up his game. Do you watch Queer Eye on Netflix?
I watched one episode, cried my eyes out, and didn't go back.
Well, the fashion expert on there, he always says that you should dress for your partner. And I feel like Justin does not dress for his partner. And that's all that Hailey wants. She wants to see him to put on some slick designer pants and less with the front to back baseball caps, because that was I don't even know what.
So many years ago.
I don't know what era that's from, but it's gotta go. And Hailey's new motivation to whip Justin into presentable shape doesn't just stop with his clothes. She also wants him to do simple things like, shower, wear deodorant. This gets a little shady. The source went on to share that Hailey has told Justin he needs to shave more often. He does have a little creeper stash going on.
Yeah.
It's pretty gross. And, quote, his general hygiene could sharpen up.
Okay.
So that's kind of a little rough.
Hailey, I'm back on your side, girl.
Right?
You tell him to change
Now
it.
all I see when I see a picture of Justin Bieber is B.O.
Yeah,
like he
a
has
smelly,
body odor.
a smelly little man.
Yeah, and he's so good
Not a
looking.
vibe.
He's naturally good looking if he would just kind of like
Yeah, just keep
amp
clean.
it up a little. Exactly. The source went on to clarify, just keep clean.
Just, you know.
That she's telling Justin these things out of love. The source went on to say that Hailey would like Justin to, quote, do himself justice and show the world how handsome and suave he can be when he makes a little effort.
There
So
we
Justin,
go.
step up your game, buddy. All right, last but not least, let's talk about Caitlyn Jenner, because it's no secret that her relationship with the Kardashians is a strained one. And it's essentially ever since she released her tell-all book that made some pretty explosive claims about Kris. Ever since then, she's pretty much been ostracized from the family. She was at Kylie Jenner's birthday party.
We
but
saw that.
That's her child, so, you know. However, that doesn't stop Caitlyn from calling them whenever she's had too much to drink. This is just absolutely crazy. So a source recently spoke to OK Magazine and said, quote, Kate's still upset about being frozen out of the family, and it tends to bother her even more when she drinks. The source went on to say, once she's had a little, quote, liquid courage in her, she tends to call up her former stepdaughters and Mama Kris.
Now, the kids I can get, sure, calling your kids, maybe that's a little more accepting than calling Mama Kris.
Yeah.
That's just awkward.
I just think it's a little too much.
It's a way too much. What is Kris gonna say to Caitlyn to make her feel better when Kris was so hurt in the book? I mean, we could go on and on, but this has just got danger written all over it.
Well, I just feel like I have never been in a situation where alcohol helps a problem. You know, like anytime I feel like people try to have these heart-to-heart conversations when alcohol is involved,
It's not gonna
never
help.
successful. It might be for 10 minutes, but never long term.
And maybe it's only you who thinks you're being helped,
exactly.
but that's about it.
The source went on to say that Caitlyn just, quote, wants to make things right, but nobody feels like having late night heart-to-hearts with her. Apparently, they all try to end the combos as soon as possible, which Kim, Khloe, and Kourtney all have kids. Like, they don't have time to be having these late night conversations with Caitlyn. And Kris, basically, as you alluded to, has no interest in these conversations. The source continued talking about Kris insinuating that she's the one who hates the phone calls the most. The source went on to say, quote, Kris thinks it's insulting to get these booze-fueled phone calls, and she's getting sick of it.
Totally understandable.
I'm like, oh. And plus I understand, I feel like the older girls are going to take their mom's side. I mean, Caitlyn's technically only blood related to Kendall and Kylie.
Yeah.
So that's really the only two relationships she needs to worry about. As far as the other ones, I'm kind of like, what'd you expect to happen there? Caitlyn, you know.
It's not gonna go your way.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe put the phone away when you've
had too many liquid courage
Exactly.
moments.
All right, you guys, let us know what you think about all these stories. What do you think about Kris Jenner showing Kanye some support about those lyrics? What do you think about Hailey Baldwin being sick of Justin Bieber's sloppy ways? And last but not least, what do you think about Caitlyn Jenner calling the Kardashians when she's had one too many? Talk it out down there in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys here next time on Hollyscoop's Daily Rewind. Bye, guys.
Bye.